Hey everyone, my name is Sandeep and in this video I will be showing you how to solve LeetCode problem 1937 maximum number of points with cost. So the problem statement says that you are given a 2D matrix and this matrix is named as points and you have to maximize your score by these values given here. How do you maximize your score? There are two ways. The first way is you gain points when you pick one cell in each row. That is, from each of these rows you can pick only one value. So let's say from this particular row I pick this value 3, from this particular row I pick this value 5, from this particular row I can pick this value 1. So now picking a cell at coordinate ij gives you points ij. So whenever you pick a cell at a coordinate I comma j, those points are added to your score. That means if I take this value 3 from this particular row, what does my score become? 3, because these points, because I have picked this value, so these points are added to my score. Let's say next I pick this particular row and I pick this value because this is the maximum for now, and hence this is added to my score. Next for this particular row, let's say I pick this value, so this is added to my score, so my final score becomes 9. Okay, so far good. Let's move ahead. There is one more condition. We lose points if we pick a cell too far away. That means for any two adjacent rows r and r plus 1, picking cells at r comma c1 and r plus 1 c2 will actually make you lose absolute of c1 minus c2 points. Nothing but the difference between those columns will be lost. So those points will be lost. What does that mean? Let's see. Let's calculate the score again. So let's see what does it come up to. So from this particular row I have picked this value 3. Okay, so the score is nothing but these points added to my score, so it becomes 3. Next, let's say, let me change the marker. So I've already picked this value 3. Next, let's say I pick this value 5. So because this is the maximum, so when I pick this value 5, what do I get? As I said, whenever I pick something, this value gets added to my score. So this 5 is added to my score. But now, since there was a transition from this particular row to this particular row, so you will lose some points. How many points do you lose? It's nothing but the absolute difference between these two columns, which is nothing but minus of absolute of, let's say 2 minus 3. These are the column indexes 2 and 3. So we lose these many points. Let's move ahead. Let's pick this value. Next, in the next row we again pick this particular value. So how much does my score increase by? It again increases by 3 points. But again it will lose by some points. How much will it lose by? Because these two values are situated at different low columns, so again we will take the difference of these columns and those many points I will lose. So how much do I lose? Is nothing but the absolute of 1 minus 2. So what's my final score? Is nothing but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus absolute value is 1 and this absolute value is again 1. So I get 9. So that is the maximum score that I can make for this particular 2D matrix. So given such a 2D matrix, you have to find what is the best possible maximum score that you can obtain by applying these two rules. Pause the video here if you want to think of a solution by yourself, else let's move ahead. So the original problem, maximum number of points with cost, can be actually broken down into two similar problems, which are LeetCode 931 and LeetCode 1014. If you know how to solve these two problems, then you can very easily solve the original problem. These are basically sub problems of it. So let's try to analyze one by one. So first we will see LeetCode 931, which is minimum falling path sum. What does the problem say? You are given a 2D grid and you have to find the minimum sum path of the falling values. So for example, a value at row comma column can fall to any of these three indexes, which is row plus 1 column minus 1, row plus 1 column, or row plus 1 column plus 1. That means a value at a particular position 2 can fall to this or this direction. So this one can fall to this one can fall to 5, or this one can fall to 4, any of the three. Okay, and you have to find what is the minimum sum path, falling sum path. So let's see. So let's say I pick this particular one and I take this direction. I take this particular 4 and I take this direction then. So what do I get? 1 plus 4 plus 8. 8 plus 5, which is 13. One more way I can reach this 13 is, let's say I take this value 1, I go to this 5 and then I take this value 7. So this value falls to this and this to this. So what do we get? 1 plus 5 plus 7, which is 13 again. So you should know how to solve this particular problem. It's a very generic problem. So I will quickly write the dynamic programming solution for this. So you know that if I want to reach a particular index I comma j, what all cells can actually contribute to this? So this 5 can be reached from what all states? Let's see. It can be either reached from this 3, this 1 or this 2. This 2 can fall to this 5, this 1 can fall to this 5 and this 3 can fall to this 5. These are the only 3 possibilities. So dp of ij is nothing but the minimum at dp of, what is this one? For this particular ij, what do we have as this as? I minus 1. So if this is I and j, this is I minus 1, this is j minus 1, this is j plus 1. So we have I minus 1 and j minus 1. Then we have this value which is I minus 1 and j. And the last value, what does that say? dp of I minus 1 and j plus 1. So if you just keep the minimum of these 3 values and keep on filling these entire rows, at the end this particular row will have one of the values of this row will be the minimum falling path sum. So that's how you solve this particular problem. So you should know how do we come up with this dp state. So now let's look at the next problem, lead code 1014, best sightseeing pair, which is nothing but a sub problem to our original problem. In this we are given an array. For example, here I have taken 8, 1, 5, 2, 6 as the array, and I need to find a pair I comma j such that this equation a of I plus a of j plus I minus j is maximum for any I less than j. Let's consider an example. If I take this as the I and this as the j, what is the value of this equation? Let's see. A of I is 8, a of j is 5, and what is the difference between these two indexes? That is I minus j. It is nothing but if I take 0 indexes, then 0, 1, 2. So it is basically 0 minus 2. So we get 11. So this is the value of this equation if I take this particular pair. So in this way I can take any pair, and what's the maximum value that I can get? So here it is optimal to choose this particular pair, and this gives the maximum sum. Obviously you cannot do it in quadratic time, you have to do it in linear time. So let's see how. We can simply rearrange this equation. So what do? We take a of I plus I and we write it here as a of j minus j. Notice now that we have separated these variables I and j. So what does this mean? If I want a particular index j, I simply need to know what is the best value of a of I plus I so far, because I has to be all the indexes before that. So let's quickly look at the code. So I will quickly summarize the code. Here I am returning an int, which is the maximum result of this equation, and this is the function name max score, and I have this integer array passed here. Initially, what is the best that I can achieve? Initially, since I have only this index, so this is 8 plus the index is 0 itself. This is nothing but the value at a of I. So the best value possible initially is a of I plus I is simply a of I, because I is 0. So best is a of 0, and initially my answer is 0. Next, I iterate from this particular index. So j is equal to 1 till the last. I go till the last. Every time, what is the answer? It's nothing but this equation. So I simply take what is the best that I have, the best plus a of j minus j, that is a of current value minus j. Next, as I move ahead, I update my best, which is nothing but best or the current value of a of j plus j. So that is why I have updated here. So like this, in linear time, I can get this particular pair, and this is what will help me in determining this solution as well. Note why this works. This works only because I is less than j. We want all the values to the left of j. That's why this works. So let's see for this problem now. So let's get back to the original problem that we had. Here we are given a 2D points array where we had to maximize our score based on two things: gains and losses. Gains were the value that we picked from a particular row, that was our gain, that was added to our score. What was the loss? Between any two adjacent rows, that values that we picked, the difference between their columns was our loss. So now let's see the states. So how to reach this particular value? So can I take this 1 and then I go and take this 5? Yes, obviously, because in this case I am obviously picking up one value from this row and one value from this row. So that's a possible move. Can I first start with this possible value 3 and then go to this possible value 5? Yes, I can do that as well. So I can take this 3, I can take this 5. Also I can start with this possible value 2 and I can then go with this 5 as well. Similarly, I can take this 1 also and I can start with this 5 as well. So to reach this 5, I can start with any of the above m states. That's the observation. So in the first sub problem that we solved, there we could only reach a particular value at a cell from 3 positions, right? This or this. But in this case, we can reach it from all the above m states. We can reach it from here, we can reach it from here, or we can even reach it from here, because the condition is that we only pick one value from a particular row and then we move ahead to the next row and we pick any value and we have to maximize the score. So this can be chosen. So that means we can reach here from any of the above m states. So let's quickly write the dp states for this particular solution. So what do we have? We have dp of, let's say, ij, where I is nothing but the row and j is the column. So let's say I have this. So it is nothing but dp of I minus 1. I go to the previous row, and how many cells do we have? The states are 0 to m minus 1. So let's take it as k, where k lies between 0 till m minus 1 in this particular row. Plus, what is the gain? The gain is nothing but the points that I have. So this particular value is my gain. Next, I take, so when I have two values, I know that the difference is what I have as a loss between two consecutive rows. So what is the difference here? So I take this kth column and jth column. So that is minus of absolute of j minus k. Notice that we have three parameters here, I, j and k. So if you try to just keep all the values of ij and iterate over k, it will be n cross m, which will give you a TLE verdict. So let's try to optimize this to a quadratic solution, that is n cross m. So the first observation, we can utilize it from the sub problem 2 that we solved. Let's see, if j is greater than k, so when I am at a particular j, I take all the values that are less than j. That means if this is my, so let me take a different marker. If this is my j, then these are the possible values of k dash, k double dash. So all the values before this, all the values that are before left of this. So let's see what does the equation boil down to. So the equation becomes dp of I minus 1 k plus points of ij minus, so since j is bigger and k is smaller, so this absolute value will be nothing but removed. So this will be j minus k itself. So that is j minus plus k. Let's rearrange this as we had done in the second sub problem. So it will be dp of I minus 1 k plus k. Let's backwardise this, and plus points of I and j minus j. Notice we again reach the similar state where we have this dependency on k and this dependency on j. So we can simply see that we can find for a particular index j, we can find this value, and we can always take what are the best possible left values from here. Let's see the next case too. Here let's say j is less than k. That means all the values that are right of it. That means if this is j, what all values of k are possible? This, so all the right possible values. So what does this equation turns out to? Let's see. So the equation becomes dp of I minus 1 k plus points of ij minus, so this equation will be negative now because this is j is less than k, so we will have k minus j. So minus k plus j. I have removed the brackets. So what does it boil down to? It is simply dp of I minus 1 k minus k plus points of I and j plus j. Again we can find this particular, at a particular index j, we can find this value, and we can take all the best values that are towards the right of it, and what is the best possible value of dp of I minus 1 k minus k. So that's the idea behind this solution. So it's similar to sub problem 2 where we had this particular equation. So if you have simply a left prefix array and a right prefix array which constitutes of these possible values of dp of I minus 1 k plus k, and right array which consists of all these values of dp of I minus 1 k minus k, then in one single iteration we can just take whatever the values left plus this or right plus this, which is the best possible value at a particular index j. So that's how we solve it. The time complexity will be n cross m, and the space complexity is simply because we keep an array of size m, so it will be O of m. M is the number of columns. So that's how we solve this problem. If you have any doubts, you can definitely drop a comment below. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I will be showing you how to solve 3 lead code problems. 3 lead code. So what does my score become? बहुत फास्ट बोले, बहुत फास्ट बोले. इतना फास्ट कौन बोलता है? क्यों बोलता हूँ?
हिंदू भाइयों शेयर करो, दबा के शेयर करो.